Okay, hello, welcome back. Today I wanted to experiment a little bit with how you can use a hanging apparatus to help your pushing. So, like let's say a handstand is helped by hanging from something. Now this isn't 100% like, both areas. This is a gray area, so it blends. But the main idea here is that instead of the one thing that's going to change basically is that if you're hanging from something, you're going to be pulling with the shoulders, okay, unless you're relaxing there. And if you're on the floor doing a handstand, you'll be pushing through and up. So what I'm doing here is I have the other camera set up as well so you can see me from the side when I'm doing this. But I want to show you how you can use a bar to help you with your neutral position in a handstand. So from here, I'm going to jump and I'm going to grab. Now, you should notice if you just hang here in a handstand, hang here in a hanging position, your body is relatively straight. Now, if you had super, super tight shoulders, your arms might be sitting kind of back like this. But for the most part, you are pretty straight and neutral. You can actually do a slight hollow position from here. You can get a look at your toes, looking down. That is kind of where you want to be for your handstand, going the other direction, okay? If I flip myself over, which I'm going to do with the special effects, you'll see that. Now here's the funny thing about this, that if I go to like straddle position here, okay, this is about as far as I can go actively from a hanging position. When I'm upside down, I can use gravity to help me a little bit more. That's all I can get from there. So you can imagine by working on that more from this position here, it might give me a little bit more in the other direction as well. Now here's the other cool thing about this. If I want to think about working on one-arm handstand, I can actually shift my weight over to one side, and this is very similar to where you're going to be when you shift over doing a one-arm handstand on the ground. Okay? Do the other side. Shift over and open. Most of the time people do this on their own, upside down. They end up arching. Okay? And they end up going like this. All right, they're looking at themselves like that, and they try to do one-arm handstand here. Now, even though it's very possible to do, if you're trying to get to that neutral position, try to focus on where you are on this bar, and then turn that over for your handstand. And just see if that can kind of help you get the relative position better. Of course, you could just train it against the wall, with your body facing the wall and going from there. It's another good way to do it because the wall keeps you in that position, and all you got to focus on is just pushing through it. But this is another one of those that I think is kind of like, brings it all together kind of thing. So experiment with it. And I feel that this will work for pretty much, well, most of your handstands, hand balance positions. Even a hollow back, you can work on actively working a hollow back on this, because in order for your body to go one direction, if your hips go forward, then you're going to have to arch like that, because remember, on the ground, your hips are relatively almost always over your hands, except for like when you do like an batido, which they kind of have to go around and manipulate the weight of your leg and stuff like that, but it's pretty close to the same position. So, I say batido, I meant to say kiri dihin. Anyway, take a look again, and I'll do it one more time from the side here as well. So from this position here, let yourself lengthen out and look down at your toes. That's your hollow position right there. That's where you want to be. Okay, neutral position is a little more straight. Hollow's right about there. Okay, open up there. Okay, if I wanted to work toward a hollow back, I could look and lift, push that way. That's pretty hard to do from this position here, okay, because you have to have so much more active strength to do that. You could even maybe work toward the developing your handstand press by coming around from here. Okay, and again, like I said, this is different because you're having to lift upward versus push against the floor, but it's another way to kind of develop the same pattern, range of motion, just a different kind of set of muscles are firing. But I think it's pretty cool how you can actually see that from both sides if you look at me doing it upside down. You try it out, see if it helps you, and see how this can kind of change your way of thinking about how to approach that weight shift over for the handstands and stuff. See you guys next time.